Welcome back, YouTubers and Madden fans. This is MADDENMONEYSHOT, sniffing out the Madden cheese as always. Got a play for you today out of the Kansas City Chiefs playbook, but realistically, it's in probably every playbook in the game. Some variation of this. The one I'm using is out of the Gun Tray Y Flex. It's a play that I've put out at least 2-3 times this year. It's an incredibly glitchy play. They need to just about take it out of the damn game because they've tried to patch it enough. It's not working. This is just an incredibly broken play. The PA crossers. I've shown this play. I mean, at the beginning of the year, like I said, it beat cover 3 with no adjustments, and it was a home run. It was embarrassing. So then they adjusted the, they patched it. I put out another variation which beat cover 3 even worse. They patched it again. Now I'm going to put out a way that you can beat just about every defense with it for a home run, including cover 4, which is going to be the newest variation that I show. I'm going to show all the variations. There's 4 different ways to run this, I'd say, and I'm going to show you just about every one of them and hopefully a quick video. But I want to give a shout out to somebody that brought the cover 4 variation to my attention, a subscriber by the name of Sino General. I think hopefully he'll drop something comment in the comment section, but obviously I'm going to put my own little spin on it. I have a way that the cover 4 way that I'm going to show you will beat cover 4 in various ways, a couple different ways. So first thing I want to say is make sure you got your fastest guy on the outside here. He's going to be, depends on what defense you're facing. Make sure you got speed at that spot and also at this spot here. So I got Conley, who's pretty fast, although realistically I should swap him out with Sammy Watkins because he's just a better receiver. But you want your best receivers at the outside spots. It works in both ways because if you flip the play, if I were to run this and flip it to the other side, then Watkins is going to be on the outside anyway. So make sure you got your best 2 receivers on these outside spots. Speed, speed, speed. And other than that, I chose this play because you want plenty of arm strength and you want plenty of speed, and the Chiefs have both. Plus, I did an ebook out of the Chiefs anyway, so it's a good way to plug them. so let's go ahead and pick PA crossers. The first play on defense that I'm going to pick, we got random nickel, so I guess I'll have to do. But like I said, I mean, this is, this like if you ran it just like this back when it was the game first came out, this would just blow up cover 3, and you can see that they kind of fixed that. I'm back pretty far, by the way. I mean, I just wanted to show you do need space, and I'm to the sideline for a reason too, which I'll show later in the cover 4 play. So the first variation that I'm going to go over, and this will be a quick one, is just run it just like this. This is a pretty good play. I've been running this play just like this for a long time, where all I would do is either slant Kelsey or drag Kelsey. And if it's a man coverage, this is going to be a home run against man coverage. Pretty much every variation I show is going to be a home run against something. So if you want to go safe, dragging Kelsey is probably the safest way to go. He'll be there no matter what the coverage, really. It's a little harder to user because the user would really have to commit to it. And if you're running this play enough, they're most likely not going to commit to it, because if the big play is Watkins and say they're running a man and you realize they're running a lot of man, they're not going to commit to such a short, shallow route because they're going to get home run by Watkins. So you can go with this and it's going to be really safe, or you can go with Kelsey here on a slant. Like I said, it's a little bit, if they get pressure, if they run mid blitz and you got Kelsey on a slant, there's a good chance that they could use that way better than using the drag. But it's still a really good play. And against zone too. Like I said, I'm not sure what this is, but man or zone, Kelsey's just a little better. You can see how all the coverage is pulled back by everybody else and just makes that a really good play. But like I said, if you happen to get a man, obviously the read is really Watkins. So like I said, first variation, man or zone, to me, Kelsey's best. But like I said, if they get pressured too quick, the user could be using the distance between Kelsey and Watkins, and it can be a problem. So just be aware of that. So I'm going to go ahead and pick a actual man coverage real quick. So like I said, we picked the man coverage here. They actually modified the mid blitz a little bit to the point where it might start to cover some of this deeper routes. You can see here, like, it actually helps to pick that up. Doesn't necessarily matter though, because it's just not going to do a good enough job. But the way that safety dropped back, he didn't do that in the past. So that's something to be aware of. You'll just have to hold the ball a little bit longer. Especially, I mean, if you have speed, especially, it doesn't matter. I mean, I still have pretty much every route, but if you run this from the far hash mark, like I said, it doesn't really matter if that adjustment was made. Here we got a cover 1 look, just to show you what I'm talking about. But there you see that doesn't actually do that. So it really depends on the cover 1, but you pretty much have a big play. No matter what the man coverage is, there will always be a window. And then, like I said, this to me is the best way to run it. You know, if you're looking for explosive passing plays, they're pretty much always going to be there no matter what man coverage you see. I didn't actually score though. I think I might have scored on the first play, but that was about it. So let's move on to cover 2. So like I said, we're just going to go through these one by one real quick all the way back to cover 4. So the very next setup, once again, blocking the running back, the very next setup that I put out, they tried to patch this a little bit against cover 3 match, but I still find that it works. All we're going to do is we're going to put Kelsey here on a streak, and then we're going to put Conley here on a drag, and now it's a really top-notch cover 2 beater. So that tight end, I could go with that tight end. You can see right there, the tight end is an option, but obviously the bigger, safer play is to Watkins here. Another thing you can do against cover 2, and like I said, Hill here will be motioned out in the cover 4 play. I didn't mean to motion him all the way across. That's not really the plan. But if I'm going to motion with the cover 4 play, I'm going to motion snap him, and I could also do that here with the cover 2 play and give myself another read. Like I said, the way that the circle route might be usered, you can also get that out of this route, as you can see right there. I mean, that was a little bit tighter coverage than I expect. But like I said, if they're covering Watkins across, which they can and will do, a lot of times this square route is going to be really good too. As you can see right here, he's just getting, there's space there, and I have my fastest receiver, really helps out. That's why, like I said, pretty much all of these plays are best run from the sideline. This is a big play, so you might see, you got to hold the ball a while, so that's about the only issue you might have. But that's how it is with any home run play, really. So here we go, square again. Look at that safety, he has no idea where he's going. Man, I ran out of space, so that would have been another easy touchdown. But you can see, cover 2, got a couple of different touchdown opportunities here with both of the receivers that I mentioned, Watkins and Hill. So it's good to get that look in so that your opponent doesn't necessarily know what you're doing. You could also motion block him. If you want an extra blocker, like I can always cut him short, like right here, and make him a blocker. It doesn't really change too much on the other side. Although it didn't help me blocking wise. You can see I'm running from the defense anyway. So now we're running against cover 3. This was the setup that I was saying I feel EA patched specifically to try to stop the Watkins route, the circle route going across. You're just going to see how it gets followed. But it's just a much tighter window. It's still there. You got to make a better throw than I did. And that's why we're going to go ahead, we're going to do the second variation to open that up. You see how that just opens that space? You know what I mean? Like I said, that new variation is very helpful. That's the only issue. That one there, I made the play, but I really didn't make a good throw. I got a bullet past that and bring that a little bit shorter. So here we go one more time. Like I said, that coverage linebacker there leaves the spot. And like I said, this one's not necessarily a home run, but it's still a really good play. So it's basically to an extent where you can run this no matter what. That's the idea. you can run this play against any defense is the whole point. You don't necessarily have to be right all the time. And then like I said, I mean, if I can make a guy miss, I could probably go, and he almost did there. But like I said, this is one of the few that's not necessarily a home run. So the last coverage we're going to show is against cover 4. Now this cover 4, the 3-4 odd cover 4 drop show 2. It's a pretty noob defense for the last 2 Maddens at least. A lot of people really have trouble getting anything from this. There's a lot of different ways you can run this too. You can get pressure from this, a lot of different things that people do. But I'm going to show you how to basically beat it short and deep with the same play. So let's go and let's pick that. So this play is a little bit tricky when it comes to, there's 2 different routes that are going to get open against cover 4. One of them is going to be the circle route. This is going to be the short route here. If I motion him over and I do that same motion snap that I was doing, a lot of times he'll beat to the sidelines. You can see right there. It's kind of, you're not getting much more than what you got, but it's about 20 yards. So it's not like it's really an issue. You still want to pass block the running back, by the way. Always want to do that, like I said. But like I said, you can steal this on cover 4 all game. Super glitchy. The home run play is going to be less effective if I run this from the far hash mark, which is what I'm doing, which is what I've been doing for most of these plays. It's going to have a negative effect on it, but I mean, it's a guaranteed play, so it's not like it's something you want to disregard. But based off of the fact that I need all that open space, it has an effect on how far Tyreek Hill there on the outside moves in. If you watch how he moves in, he doesn't really move in at all. He just kind of steps up to the line. And that's basically, there's some sort of glitch, which is to where you are on the field. kind of corresponds with that. So like I said, if I just move over just a little bit here, if I just move over to the middle just a little bit, you're going to see how much of a difference Tyreek Hill's motion in is. You can see now he came in a little bit further. If I move over to the center of the field a little bit more, you're going to see he comes in a little bit further even more. It's just something, I don't know exactly how that works, but I want him in as far as possible to create the home run play, which is basically, I just want him closer to the line because he's going to be a home run route. All I'm going to do is I'm going to put Conley here on a streak or a fade. It doesn't really matter. And this is going to create a home run play over the top. With that being said, I still would like Watkins to be my check down. I could always put Kelsey on like a drag or something. I'm not sure if he's too important for what he's doing, but I think for the most part he holds the safety off with what he's doing. But you can still try to do this motion. You know what I mean? It's still a possibility. You can see it's just kind of covered more. So that's fine though, because we're trying to go up top. So we go ahead and we wait just a little bit. The throw is a little behind though. I kind of thought that Mahomes would be better than that. This particular play is really timing based compared to some of the other ones. I mean, they're all passing, it's timing based, but this one here, the window's a little bit slighter. We'll go ahead and we'll do this again. I could, if I really wanted to, I don't need, if I don't have the space, I could just, there we go, that one that's there was much better. Like I said, I mean, you need a lot of space. I almost need 60 yards in the air there. You probably move the ball, stand and move the ball back just a little bit more, because that was, part of it. I'm like kind of underthrowing it based off of that. But like I said, since Watkins isn't really too much of an option anymore, I could always just pass block him. I could bring him here and try to motion snap him as a pass blocker. It didn't really work out there, but it is an option. You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily. If depending on space is really the key thing. As you can see right there, I mean, he's got good coverage. It's not necessarily the hugest window it gets by, but you definitely have to know where you are in the field. That's the biggest thing about this play. You can slide your protection too. You don't have to leave the pocket, as you can tell. I did not on that last play. I think it's helpful. You know what I'm saying? But, it's just really all depends. So, like I said, if you can run it closer to the middle of the field, you really have both of the options. But this is a heavily timing-based setup here, as I forgot to slide my protection once again. So here we go. Boom. Getting over the top. Obviously, Tyreek Hill's going to make that a little bit easier than a lot of receivers. And then last but not least, if you're switching into an inside zone, motioning one of these guys across might really be beneficial as far as just misdirection, confusion, have your opponent looking, thinking that it's going to be one of those pass plays again, is a really good idea. And then you can get a little extra blocking too if you're smart enough with it. But it's something you definitely want to mix in these motions no matter what play you're running. So just remember that. I'm not going to go over this too much, but you can see the blocking advantage that you can get. Or like I said, just the confusion factor is going to be huge. So that's it. If you want to see more videos like this, more home run touchdowns and stuff like that, hit the like button and let me know in the comment section. Other than that, thanks for watching Madden Money Shot out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.